So this is the continuation of the last backup in which we almost did river boat things, no? Correct. Just a moment, let me check once. Just a second, man. 1 second, give me 1 minute. Let me check what I did in the last class. Okay, river boat was the last thing we did. Okay, then. So we are going to continue from there. Just a moment, I'll show you the PDF also. Weekday or weekend it was, just a moment. So this was the thing. We is the last thing that you're supposed to watch, no? If you were not there in the live class. So from here, I hope everything in this is clear to everyone, no? Clear, no? So maybe to warm up, I'll start with a 1 second, 1 second. I gave this as homework also. Like, check out this question, beginner box 2, question 2. A man is crossing a river flowing with velocity 5 meters per second. He reaches a point directly across a distance of 60 meters. So tell me how this man is crossing the river. So he starts from A and reaches B. From where we find him reaching B from A from ground frame, no? Correct. So it is the case of the person crossing the river with zero drift. So when the person crosses the river with zero drift, the speed of the swimmer with respect to the river or the speed of the boat with respect to the river, no, must be more than the speed of the river. So for speed of the swimmer with respect to the river or for the speed of the boat with respect to the river, the symbol that we were using was V. And velocity of the river this side, and for that we use the symbol U. And the man starts from A, reaches B. So what is the actual path that is taken by the man is something which is AB. So the velocity of the boat with or the swimmer with respect to the ground frame, that is going to be lying along AB. No, that is what they have given us. So when we are having zero drift, then what is the condition is the velocity of the swimmer along the river flow, or maybe I call it as x direction, will be zero. No, so Vs or Vb must be lying along. So if it was boat, then I'll write Vb or that thing as so Vb. So Vb or Vs must be lying along y direction. So what really we are going to have, so maybe if you remember the result, good. If not, you can derive it at any moment. What is the velocity of the swimmer with respect to the river will be in terms of the components that is going to be minus v sine theta I cap plus v cos theta j cap. And velocity of the river will be u I cap. So that is going to give us u minus v sine theta I cap plus v cos theta j cap. So these are kind of questions of vector addition only, no? Instead of giving you boring questions of vector addition is like applied vectors, no? So this vector, the velocity of the swimmer must not be having any x component. So u minus v sine theta should be equal to 0. So what should be sine theta or v sine theta should be equal to u. We have discussed these things already. So now we can totally figure. And what it is told, he is crossing the river in 5 seconds. No? So time to cross the river will be length AB, that is reverse width. And that is given to us as 60 meters. So in this case, what is the velocity of the swimmer is? That is only along y direction. And that is v cos theta in j cap. So time to cross the river, we know it is b by v cos theta. So time to cross the river is 5 seconds. River is of width 60 meters. So from this thing, I can find v cos theta, no? So v cos theta is equal to 12 and v sin theta is equal to u. And that is given to us. How much is u? U is again 5 only. So in case if they ask us find the angle theta, I divide them to find tan theta, or if they are asking us to find v, I'll square up and I'll add them, no? So v square cos square theta plus v square sin square theta should be equal to 12 square plus 5 square. That is basically famous thing, no? 13 square. So v square is equal to 13 square. So what v is equal to 13. Clear, no? Or in this case, we have derived the result also that sine theta, if it is equal to u by v, then what will be the cos theta from this thing? You can totally find out. It's going to be V square minus U square by how much? V, no? So time to cross the river, we can use this direct result also. That is B by root over V square minus U square. So T is given, V is given, U is given, and V is the thing we have to find out. So we can use this result also. I hope this example is clear to everyone. Clear, no? Clear now? You want me to solve one more question like this, maybe? Anyone?
Sir, sir, one more question, sir.
Okay. I have to discuss more theory regarding it. It's not over. But you will be understanding in it only when you have understood the last recorded session if you were not present in the live session. So which one maybe we'll solve, man? Anyone? Okay, third and fourth we will solve. First I was a lazy man who will take class on holiday. Then I thought maybe it is essential. What? So check out this question. See, somewhere if you come across a case like this, that it is given a boat can travel in still water with this much speed. Like the way here it is given, a boy can swim in still water with 1 meters per second. It is way of telling things. So in still water, his capacity is to swim with 1 meters per second. Suppose if you can run on ground with 10 meters per second, okay, then I will ask you, do one thing, run inside an empty train, like enough space to run, not like there's obstacles and all. So with what speed with respect to the train you can run with? Same speed, no? And or different, tell me. Correct, no? Suppose if you can jump 10 times in 1 second in on stationary ground, how much you can jump? If you suppose if you can do 10 push-ups in ground frame, so I ask you do 10 push-ups in moving lift. You can't say man lift moving, I have to do more work. Maybe same. We will consider same basically. It could be different practically, but we consider it same. So if it is given, a boy can still in swim water with this much. Instead of that, I can tell you, I can write one thing that velocity of the swimmer with respect to the river, that vector is of length 1. So if such statement given, it means speed of the boat with respect to the river, it is given. Or speed of the swimmer with respect to the river is given. Now what else is given is, he swims across a river which is moving with this much width of the river given, and he wants to cross the river in shortest possible time. Correct? So what else is given is VR is equal to speed of the river is equal to zero point 0.6 meters per second. Width of the river is 336 meters. And when we want to cross the river in least possible time, then what we do? We keep all our velocity to be in y direction only, no? Correct. So in that case, the velocity of the boat or the swimmer with respect to the river must be at an angle of 90 degree with VR always. Okay. So velocity of the swimmer with respect to the river or the velocity of the boat with respect to the river will be always perpendicular to the river flow. In that case, we will be crossing the river in least possible time. So for VR, we write U. For this guys, we write V, no? So velocity of the boat or the swimmer with respect to the river, I know and we have to find velocity of the boat from ground frame or velocity of the swimmer from ground frame. So what we do, VB equals VBR plus VR, or VS equals VSR plus VR. So directly you can look and tell now, man, what is VS in this case will be. VR is UI cap, so UI cap. VSR is what? VJ cap, so VJ cap. Now once you get this, forget about this riverboat question. Think there's a particle moving with this much along x, always constant u along x, and moving with this much velocity along y, constant velocity along y. So it is just a pretty simple question of particle moving with some velocity constant along this direction, which is given by the vs vector or vb vector. So basically he reaches maybe somewhere here. So drift will be this much. So the thing that they are asking us is how much time he will take to cross the river. So displacement along y when river crossed is how much width of the river. Displacement along y will be velocity along y into time t. So simple, no acceleration, no. So t will be equal to sy by vy, and that will be b. Vy is how much? V only. So b by v. So as simple like that. So how much it is? 336 by 1. So 336 seconds. Clear now? I'll take a new page. I hope I can take a new page now.
Yes.
All of you understood this thing? Okay. Let's check out the next example. So a man wishes to cross a river in a boat. If he crosses the river in minimum time, he takes 10 minutes with a drift of 120 meters. Story number 1. Story number 2. When he crosses the river taking the shortest route, he takes 12.5 minutes. Find the velocity of the boat with respect to the river. So sometime you come across a case when it is told shortest route, what really you will be taking it to be the case. So here nothing mentioned whether the speed of the boat with respect to the river is more than the speed of the river or whether it is opposite of that. Nothing mentioned. So it means I will think that he is able to cross the river with zero drift. See, zero drift always not possible, no? Correct. So when zero drift is possible, tell me. I hope you remember or not, any one of you. When zero drift is possible, only when the speed of the boat with respect to the river is more than the speed of the river, correct? In that case, we'll be able to reach the opposite side of the bank. And in that case, the shortest path will be equal to the width of the river. I hope you all remember it, no? If not, then if you've not seen the old one recorded session, you have to go back and see these two again. So in that case, the speed of the boat with respect to the river will be kept like that, speed of the river like this. And the resultant of this two will tell us what is the velocity he will be having as someone who is looking at the boat from ground frame. How to add these two vectors? There is math. Somehow we add these two vectors. And if the resultant of this two lies in the direction of this red arrow, then he will be able to cross the river with zero drift. And that is only possible when speed of the boat with respect to the river is more than the speed of the river. So the boat will be trying to steer itself. So if I extend the line, extend this arrow, just a moment. So the arrow VBR is intersecting the other side of the bank. Maybe I call that point as, to call something I'll name it as, suppose A. So he will be trying to reach the point A, but where really he will end up reaching the point B. So this is the point where the boat really reaches. And this is the path of the boat seen from the ground frame. To find along which direction he will be traveling along by finding this vector VB. And how we find this vector VB? By adding this black arrow and this black arrow. So in this case, we are going to able to cross the river with zero drift. So if zero drift possible, then shortest path to cross the river is the width of the river. If zero drift not possible, then shortest path to cross the river will not be equal to the river's width. In that case, you will not be able to reach the exactly opposite side of the bank. In that case, you will end up having some drift. You might start from here and you may end up reaching maybe this point where I'm showing it through the cursor. So in that case, the actual path will be bigger than the width of the river. But in this case, the shortest path is going to be equal to the river's width. So this thing we have seen, no? Correct. So in this case, what we do is, this is V. So first we'll solve for the first case. Make it smaller. Case 1 is the case of crossing the river in shortest time. And that is like same exact thing as old one, no? Crossing the river in, which one it is? Shortest time, this one, no? So in this case, VB is going to be equal to UI cap plus VJ cap, where U is given to us, U is not given. In this case, drift is given to us. So maybe I'll draw a picture for this case also. Can you hear the background noise now or not?
Voice is clear, sir.
But background you can hear or not. I want to check this mic whether it really works or not.
It's okay, sir.
So this is our VBR. This is our VR and this is our VB. So drift is the total displacement along X. It's like analogous to the range of projectile. So the drift for that we use the symbol R. That will be velocity along X into time to cross the river. Velocity along X is U. Time to cross the river is B by V, no? So that U B by V is given to us. How much it is given? 10 minutes. And the width of the river drift is given to us. And time to cross the river is given to us, no? So here T is given. directly 10 minutes, and drift is given to us as 120 meters. So u into t is basically equal to 120. So 10 minutes is like how much seconds? 10 into 60 equals 120. So from this thing u we can find out that is 120 by 60, 600 basically. So that will be how much? 0.2 meters per second. Okay, but answers is in meters only, so maybe we'll use meter per minute only. So I to have this headache. So how much is our u? If I keep 10 minutes here, we get u to be equal to 12 meter per minute. So that is the velocity of the river with respect to the ground frame, but they're asking us find the velocity of the boat with respect to the water. That's why we have got another case. Now he is going to take the shortest path to cross the river, and in that case, the time he takes is 12.5 minutes. So you see, we derive that time to cross the river. In the case when we are crossing the river with zero drift is this much, we can use this result directly also. No? So in zero drift case, time to cross the river is b by root over v square minus u square, and that is given to us as 12.5 minutes. How much is b? 120. And we have found already what is u. So we get v square minus 12 square is equal to 12.5. Solve this thing, you will find the value of the v. Okay. I hope it is clear, no? Clear now? Okay then. The next thing of riverboat I'm going to discuss now. What is that? In case we have zero drift possible, then what is the shortest path to cross the river? That is equal to the reverse of it, no? But if zero drift not possible, then what is the shortest path to cross the river? We will see. So maybe I will tell the result first. Heading will be, so that is not that given in our module, and there's no question also like that. So if I don't teach this thing, you will not know, like I've not taught this thing. You know. Shortest path to cross the river. Case one, we know it already. Just for like continuity, I will just repeat that thing. This is our VBR, and this will be our VR in that case. What case? Case one, when the speed of the boat with respect to the river is more than the speed of the river. So in symbols, I write down as VBR, for which we use the symbol V, is more than VR modulus, for which we use the symbol U. In words, when speed of the boat or swimmer with respect to the river is more than the speed of the river. It is that case. So in that case, we have found, so we gave this angle name as, I think so, alpha, no? So in this case, V sine alpha must be equal to U. So sine alpha is going to be equal to U pi V. But the angle that is between the VBR and VR, that is this angle. So that is the angle I want to know. So the angle between VR and VSR or VBR in case of zero drift, which is theta, is equal to how much? Pi by 2 plus alpha, no? Then I'll use some simple trigonometry thing. Just I'll be reporting that angle in terms of cos, okay? So cos theta, if I ask you figure it out, how much it will be cos pi by 2 plus alpha. And cos pi by 2 plus alpha will be minus sine alpha. If you don't know why, you take my word why it is. Very soon it will be told in trigonometry mass. So minus sine alpha. And what is sine alpha? Man, it is u by v. So cos theta is, in this case, will be minus u by v. So in this case, the angle between VR and VSR or VR and VBR will be, theta will be cos inverse of minus of u by v. Or we can write down as cos inverse of minus of VR by VPR. So cos cannot be less than minus 1, no? So u by v, so minus u by v should be more than minus 1. It means what u by v should be. So cos cannot be less than minus 1. So I'll write down minus u by v must be more than minus 1. So what u by v must be then? More than 1. So what u should be? Then I multiplying with minus, the sign will change. U by v will be less than 1. So what u should be? Less than v. It means v should be less than u. It means VBR length must be more than VR's length, correct? So this formula also not applicable every time. If I have a case when u by v is, in this case, is less than 1, if I have u by v more than 1, maybe 2. So cos inverse of minus 2 is not defined. So this formula of theta is defined only when it is this case. No? So in this case, shortest path is like easy thing to find. What is the shortest path in this case will be equal to the reverse width. And that is B, for which we use the symbol B. So this case, we know it already. Okay, I can take a new page now. Case 2 result, I'll tell you, then maybe we will derive it also. Okay, I can take a new page. Again, take a new page now.
Yes, sir.
Case 2 is the case when zero drift is not possible. So in this case, what happens? The boat will be reaching the opposite side of the bank directly here, no? So the boat starts here and reaches here. So in this case, zero drift will not be possible. It is the case when the speed of the river is more than the speed of the boat or the swimmer with respect to the river. So in this case, zero drift not possible. The moment I know that we will be not reaching the opposite side of the bank, then the path length or the shortest path length will not be equal to the river width, and it will be more than the river width. No. So I'm telling the result, then we will be deriving it also. So in this case, the shortest path to cross the river is equal to the width of the river, which is B. So I will be multiplying it with U by V or V by U. Given a choice that you multiply either with U by V or V by U. So with which you will be multiplying it with, so that the outcome should be more than B. So we must be multiplying him with something more than 1. Correct. So tell me here, U is more than V. So U by V is going to be a quantity more than 1 or less than 1? More than 1. So the answer is B into U by V. Or maybe I'll write down. So it is B into speed of the river divided by speed of the boat with respect to the river. So like that, you can't forget this result even, no? Earlier case answer B, here answer more than B. So multiply it with ratio of the speeds, which ratio you will use, obviously not V by U. V by U is less than 1. Then B, how come the path can be less than reverse width? Not possible, no? So this is the answer. Now even you can forget at what angle the swimmer must be traveling with respect to the river, or what angle the boat must be traveling with respect to the river. That too you can't forget. Such a nice result it is. So in this case also, the speed of the boat with the velocity of the boat with respect to the river and velocity of the river, they will be having an obtuse angle between them, even in this case, like earlier case. And cos of the angle or theta is equal to, in this case, cos inverse of, again I will ask you, I have to give him a negative input. What kind of negative input? Which should be more than 1 or less than 1? Less than 1, no? Because I can't give him something less than -1. So I have to give him an input which is negative, because theta obtuse, theta more than 90, we know that cos theta will be negative, guaranteed. So it is negative of something, but what thing it should be? Whatever it should be more than -1, no? Correct? So it means whatever I multiply him with, given a choice, suppose I ask you, you keep U by V. So what U by V is more than 1. So minus U by V will be what? Less than -1, not allowed. So U by V I can't use, but what is V by U? So V by U is less than 1. So minus V by U will be more than -1. Was totally okay thing. So in this case, theta will be equal to minus of V by U. Cos inverse of minus of V by U. So you can't forget that. What was the cos theta there? In this case, cos theta is equal to minus U by V. And here cos theta is equal to How much? Minus V by U. How come you can forget it? If you can't forget the earlier result, you can't forget this result. Correct? So in earlier case, the angle is theta such that cos theta is minus U by V. Here cos theta is minus V by U. There the shortest path is B. Here shortest path is B multiplied with something more than 1, which is U by V. I hope result is like you understood what is the result is. How to derive it? That is basic math, not like something physics. But still, result you can't forget, no? Understood, no? All of you
Yes,
understood,
sir.
no? Okay, then.
Yes, sir.
How to derive that result? For that, we will find the path length. Then we will do something to figure out under what circumstance path length can be minimized. So it becomes a question of maxima minima. That is lengthy thing, man. I don't want to tell, but maybe I will tell you still. So literally, we don't know what direction in which VBR should be, so that the river is crossed with shortest path. So we don't have any idea. So we'll assume whatever we want to assume. So we will consider suppose this is the direction of VRS, okay? And randomly, I don't know even see in both the case, the angle between VR and VBR is obtuse, correct? But I don't know that. We are totally blind to that. So we'll assume whatever we feel like. But answer will come whatever is correct. So this is the arrow VBR. Then we will be using, so we use triangle law or parallelogram law. Which one? When I give you to add these two arrows, what kind of arrangement these two arrows are in? Co-initial arrangement. So we'll be using parallelogram law. And parallelogram law tells us the resultant of this two arrow will be lying somewhere in between them. So this black arrow is the resultant of these two red arrows. And the angle between the red arrows, the one whose resultant I'm finding is theta. And the angle made by the resultant of this two, the first vector is the angle phi. And we know the formula for that also, remember? So this is the black arrow that will tell me the actual path of the boat seen from the ground frame. So the boat starts from point O and reaches the point A. So what is the actual path that is taken by the boat is the length of the segment, arrow segment OA, or not arrow segment, maybe that segment or the line OA, correct? So this is the actual path of the boat as seen from the ground frame. This is the point A where the boat actually reaches. So I have to find the length of OA. Maybe I call OA as path length L. What all things we know? If I drop a perpendicular from A to the other side of the bank, we know the width of the river, that is B. Foot of the perpendicular, maybe I'll name it as C. So in the triangle OAC, we know a few things. This is O, this is A, this is C, this length is B, this angle is phi, and I have to find L. B I know, phi, suppose if I know how to find L, maybe I'll use sine phi, no? So sine phi is equal to B by L. So L is equal to B by sine phi, so B cosecant phi, and that will be P into root over 1 plus cot square phi. But how to find cot phi? Maybe I can find tan phi, no? Because we know the formula of tan phi, remember? Tan phi was equal to vector B sine theta by A plus B cos theta, no? Remember? B sine theta by A plus B cos theta. So vector A is our VR vector for which I use the symbol U. Vector B is VBR vector for which we use the symbol V. So here tan phi will be equal to how much? V sine theta by U plus V cos theta. So then we will be plugging the value of the, so from tan phi we can find cot phi. So how much is going to be our cot phi, reciprocal of this? So cot phi will be U plus V cos theta by V sine theta. And that I'm going to plug it here and we will find the value of the L. So if you do that, what it is going to become, maybe I'll write that thing directly. That will be B by V sine theta root over U square plus V square plus 2UV cos theta. Try to simplify it and see same thing coming or not. Maybe in your head, or maybe we have a pen paper lying around. Plug the value of cot phi, square it up now, and then take LCM and all, and check whether this thing comes or not. Do it fast. Do it and then tell me. I'll take a new page then. Okay, I'll take a new page. So we got L equals B by V sine theta root over V square plus U square plus 2UV cos theta. Now L is a function of theta, so to find its maxima minima, what I must do? I must find the differentiation of L with respect to theta, no? And wherever differentiation is 0, it will be a point of minima. You can check by checking the double differentiation, but I will not check because They're asking us to find minima. So minima must exist, no? And if I see one point only where differentiation can be 0, it will be a point of minima, because there's no point in asking maxima. Like, what is the maximum path length will be? You just keep on floating in the river forever. Path length maximum is infinite. Huh? So that is not really something making sense. So whatever point where I get differentiation 0, guaranteed that will be a point of minima. If you are not satisfied, you can check the double differentiation sign. At those place where differentiation became 0, you will be finding it will be coming out to be positive. Double differentiation positive means concave up, and differentiation also 0 there. It means it is a point of minima. But who will find differentiation of this thing when, like, so headache, no? Root and all there. So tell me, here L is a positive quantity, first of all, no? So for whatever value of theta, L is becoming minimum. For same value of theta, L square will be also minimum or maximum or not? Correct? Correct or not? So this L or L square both have common points of maxima or minima, whatever is existing. Because L is positive, so square of the L is also positive. So that is not going to happen like sin x is -1. Then I will say sin x is minimum. But sin square x at same place will be +1. So that is like maximum, no? So that kind of problem will happen when we have a quantity which can be negative. Here L cannot be negative. So for whatever value of the theta, L becomes minimum. For same L square will be also minimum. So they have same point of minima and even maxima. If I'm talking about in terms like as if it is a mass function, which is always positive. So that's why we're doing such thing, because differentiating L square will be a lot more easier. So we'll find the differentiation of L square where it is 0 to find the minima of L square at whatever value of theta. L square is minimum. For same value of theta, L will be also minimum. That will be B into V square plus U square plus 2UV cos theta divided by V square sin square theta. So differentiation of L square with respect to theta will be differentiation of this all with respect to theta, and it will be equated to 0, no? So B by V square I can take outside because it is a constant. So it will be d by d theta of, so much lengthy thing to write, but not difficult, U square plus V square plus 2UV cos theta divided by sin square theta should be equal to 0. So to find its differentiation, what we are going to do? We are going to use the quotient rule. Quotient rule goes like that: whatever is in the denominator, that will be squared up and will be placed up in denominator. So that will be sin square theta whole square. Then we keep the denominator as it is. We multiply him with differentiation of the numerator. That will be dy by d theta of u square plus v square plus 2uv cos theta. And after that, we keep the numerator as it is. We multiply it with the differentiation of the numerator. So minus of the numerator into differentiation of denominator. So differentiation, each one not difficult. U square 0, V square differentiation 0, 2uv cos theta differentiation will be minus 2uv sin theta. So first one will become minus 2uv sin theta multiplied by sin square theta. So sine cube theta. Now here, differentiation of sine square theta, we'll use chain rule, and you will assume sine theta as t, then you will do it. And that will be coming out to be 2 sine theta into cos theta. So u square plus v square plus 2uv cos theta into 2 sine theta cos theta divided by sine power 4 theta all should be equal to 0. So next simplification will do. Sine 4 theta will throw it to that side, 0 side. Then here you can see sine theta, 2 sine theta, I can take out common. I'll take out common minus 2 sine theta, I'll throw it to that side. So you will end up getting uv sine square theta plus here cos theta multiplied by this cos theta will be 2uv cos square theta plus u square plus v square into cos theta equals 0. After that, what we do, so whenever you get a trigonometric equations like sine, cos, everyone present, then what is the first thing we do? Maybe all most of the time we try to convert it into only one format. Like either I will write everyone in terms of sine, sine only, cos only, tan only, whatever is easy. So see, this term is cos term, this term cos term. So maybe I'll write sine square in terms of cos. That will be 1 minus cos square theta. So we get uv into 1 minus cos square theta plus same other things all equal to 0. Simplify it and it's going to become uv cos square theta plus u square plus v square into cos theta plus uv is equal to 0. So I'll take a new page. Up till here clear, no? Just calculation only. Somehow you find the differentiation and then equate it to 0, simplify. This will become this. Nothing conceptual, just so many terms, nothing difficult even. Okay. So you can, but do these things on your own once. That kind of like practice required, man. Okay. Whenever you get time. Okay, I can take a new page. I can take a new page, no?
Yes, sir.
No. So the equation that we got, if you check out closely, what really it is, quadratic in cos, no? So cos square, uv cos square theta into u square plus v square cos theta plus uv is equal to 0. So compare it with ax square plus bx plus c. Roots of quadratic equation is minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. So we'll find the roots that will give us cos theta values. No? So you think of instead of x square, you have cos square theta. So this is giving us the values of the x. So root of this quadratic will give us the possible values of the cos theta. No? So cos theta is going to be minus b. That will be minus of u square plus v square plus minus b square. That will be u square plus v square whole square minus of 4ab will become 4u square v square by twice of a, that will be 2uv. So after that, if you simplify, let's see what it is going to become. U square plus v square. So the inside root thing, you will realize, you check out on your own even, it will be u square minus v square whole square upon simplification it will become. Correct or not correct? Correct or not correct? You check it on your own. So when I take one root will be with plus sign I will take. So plus 1 I'll take. U square minus V square. So here I have square inside the root. So root will be gone by 2 UV. Another root I'll write with another color. That will be minus of U square plus V square minus of U square minus V square by 2 UV. This one will be, just to simplify it in your head, minus U square plus U square gone. Then we'll get minus of 2V square by 2 UV. And that will be what? Minus V by U or not? And this one, minus V square here upon opening the bracket and plus V square here upon opening the bracket will cancel out. Numerator will be minus 2U square divided by 2UV. So 2U minus 2U square by 2UV, 2 gone, 1U in denominator gone, what it will become? Minus V by U. Now, math will give me some roots. So every root will not be accepting it. No, whatever possible that we will accept. No, correct. First root and second root. Okay, I wrote by mistake same. When which root will be possible? Suppose if I give you that case that we knew already. Case when V is more than U. So in that case, U by V will be less than 1. So minus of U by V will be more than minus 1, no? So minus of U by V will be more than minus 1. And minus of V by U will be what? Less than minus 1, no? So this one is not possible, correct? I hope you understood why not possible. Cos theta can never be less than minus 1. So this result, this black one is applicable only when V is more than U, correct? So that is what is the result I have told. So another case is this case. If I have a case when U is more than V, in that case, U by V is going to be more than 1. So minus of U by V is going to be what? Less than minus 1. So this is not possible, no? So not possible means minus V by U, you see, is going to be less than minus 1. So this is possible, correct? So maths is giving me two answers of cos theta. This answer acceptable, not always, when U is more than V. Correct? And this answer of cos theta is acceptable when V is more than V. So math is like intelligent guy, no? Is giving me both the cases simultaneously as one answer, no? In roots of cos theta, correct? Just we have to understand what math is trying to tell us. So that is how those two cases came. So this case, the case when speed of the river is less than the speed of boat with respect to the river. So just to cross verify, let's find the value of tan phi. So how much tan phi will be, tell me? So we know the answer actually, just we are cross-checking it. When we are crossing the river with zero drift, what phi is the angle made by the resultant vector which is VB vector with the first vector. And what is that angle is 90 degree in this case, correct? So in the case of zero drift, the angle made by the VB vector with the first vector, which we call it as phi, that is 90 degree. So what tan phi must be? If I find, it will be undefined. So let's see whether it is coming undefined or not. Tan phi was equal to how much? V sine theta by u plus v cos theta. But what is the cos theta value? Just I will insert that. It will be u plus v into how much it is? Minus of u by v. So v gone. So what we get? V sine theta by u minus u. What answer comes? By 0, so infinity. So tan phi infinity means phi is how much? Pi by 2. Correct. And in this case, the path length is going to be equal to how much? L is equal to width of the river. Because what is the width of the river? We wrote it as b into root over 1 plus cot square phi. So tan phi is infinity. What cot phi will be? 0. So cot phi 0. So what is the shortest path is equal to b. Next case. The case when speed of the river is more than the speed of the boat with respect to the river. In this case, the width of the river we have to find out. We have to find out the path length. For that, I'll need cot phi. For that, I'll find tan phi. No, tan phi is v sine theta by u plus v cos theta. In this case, cos theta will be equal to minus of v by u. Correct. Just suppose you forgot what you will do. So I have to plug something. So forget about everything. Just to think of this v by u guy. So here u is more than v. And I have to write something more than minus 1. So I have to use the ratio which is less than 1. So u by v is going to be more than 1 and v by u will be less than 1. No? So cos theta will be minus v by u. So plug the value of cos theta minus v by u. And sin theta we can find out using 1 minus cos square theta. If I use that, it will be u square minus v square by v. So v into u square minus v square root over by v divided by u plus v cos theta. So v into minus v by u. So this v gone. We get u square minus v square root over by u square minus v square divided by u. So that will be u by root over u square minus v square. That is our tan phi. So cot phi from this thing we can totally find. Cot phi is going to be equal to u square minus v square root over by u. And the shortest path L, in this case the path length L, which is the shortest path. So path length is equal to this much. For this condition it will be shortest. I have to find it out. So 1 plus, so it is reverse width b into root over 1 plus cot square phi. So b into root over 1 plus, squaring it up, it will become u square minus v square by, I wrote something wrong, just a moment. Something wrong, something wrong. B into 1 plus cot square phi. Yeah, here wrong. No, minus V by U here. Wrong. So U square it is. So U it will be. So U it is. V it is. So V here. And U, this U will get cancelled. And this will be V by root over U square minus V square. So cot phi will be reciprocal of that. So cot phi is going to be equal to U square minus V square root over pi V. So B into root over 1 plus U square minus V square by V square, correct? So B into root over U square plus U square V square plus U square minus V square pi V square. So V square gone. So B into root over U square by V square. So in this case, L is equal to B into U by V. So remembering this result is, I hope all these things are clear now. Okay, clear now?
Yes.
Okay, then if you want, I'll summarize the result here. So you will have this, you have to make this decision to make whether V by V is more or U is more. So V is more than U. So find out which ratio is going to be smaller than 1. So cos theta will be equal to minus U by V. The shortest path is equal to B. If V is less than U, cos theta is equal to minus V by U, and path length is equal to L into U by V. That's all. Clear, no? So this case question is there. This case no question is there in module. And JEE means also they have not asked something like that till now. JEE advanced, they'll not ask. It's like so easy to come in JEE advanced. But maybe sometime, who knows, sometime impossible thing can happen. But in JEE means it can come, but this thing they have not yet asked any question till now. That what is the shortest path will be when the speed of the river is more than the speed of the boat with respect to the river. I hope. So there are some questions in the module of the river boat, which is like more of a calculus or maybe sort of a basic math kind of question, and how you could handle each components. That is comprehension 1 and comprehension 2. So first you try without Googling it or asking from anyone. If not able to solve, good man, no problem. Okay, suppose you are not able to solve, 1 minute you tried, then suddenly you will Google it and you will see the solution done. Never ever you will be able to solve new kind of question, and the exam pressure not going to happen. So it's not about solving problem, it's about developing thought process. For that, you devote some time, not able to solve, no problem. Keep it in your head for few days, try for 2 minutes again, then ask me, then the way I will tell things will be different to spark the thought process or to kickstart the thought process. In that manner, I will tell things. So that is how your thought process will develop. Okay. So you try comprehension 1, comprehension 2. So maybe the next relative motion class, which will be last class, I think. Maybe. I mean, in there I will discuss this also. and this also. And there was a river boat question that I gave Irodov question number 1. If you have not tried, please try that. Okay. Trying that, you're not able to solve it, no problem. You try that. I hope you can remember which question it was. Just a moment. So you just now I opened it. So this question, a motorboat going downstream overcame a raft. This one, you try this one, must try. Okay. So these 3 questions I will solve. After you have tried, then maybe I can say you know enough now in proper way. Okay. Okay, then bye everyone. We'll end the class. And I'll share the recorded session also.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye bye Satyavel Rishi Service.
Thank you, sir.
Doubts, if you have energy also to ask doubts, you
Thank
can
you,
ask.
sir.
Okay, then bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.